you're a boxing student. Then having said that...
I'm a student.
Oh, yes, you say you're a student.
Professor.
Exactly. I bow to your superior knowledge at all times, you know that.
Ali knew everybody by sight, didn't know my name. He didn't know anybody's name except for two men in this country. One was Harry Carpenter of the BBC, and the other one was Reg Gutteridge of ITV.
He could genuinely say that somebody like Muhammad Ali was a friend. Muhammad Ali went to see him in hospital when he was ill.
Reg was seriously ill in Hammersmith Hospital, suffering from blood poisoning. And can you imagine the scene? Hammersmith Hospital, on a busy afternoon, in walks, unannounced, Muhammad Ali, one of the most well-known faces in the entire world. And Reggie admitted to me afterwards, he said, I was so overwhelmed, I actually burst into tears.
You think of that famous sort of anecdote of him and Ali, when Ali's chatting to him, leaning over the ring talking to him. I mean, you know, who could have got away with that? Only Reg. It's only Reg who'd had the cheek to have done that, you know.
Saying something to the world of sport down there, Mohammed, just now. I'm sorry, we missed you with that.
I'm glad my fans in London can see me in my last days. As you see, I'm getting old now. Yours well would have took his man in one round.
Okay, that was a message from you.
Well, you know, that was Ali, and Ali was a one-off, wasn't he? But then, you know, so was Reg.
He was a very ordinary, you know, down-to-earth guy, and he just loved to make people laugh.
He wasn't afraid to take the mickey out of himself, but he was pretty good at taking the mickey out of me, I can tell you, because I used to say thank you this and thank you that, and he used to get up and do a thing where he'd say, and behind the he says thank you this and thank you that and thank you the other fellow, and he says thank you Steve Cruz for punching the head off me.
The people who were running him said to him, oh, can you just like play a little tribute to Henry? And he said, oh yeah, marvellous. Well, he got up and he just told a gag after gag after gag. You know? He didn't mention me once.
He wrote about you, Henry Cooper was everything you could wish for in a warrior, to represent your nation with dignity and with honour.
Well, that's marvellous. Yeah. I mean, that's great, you know, that's great coming from him, yeah. You know, someone who you respect, who knows the game, that's marvellous, yeah.
You grow up admiring certain people, and you got to see Reg, and you thought, this guy's everything that you wanted him to be.
Reggie was a legend. He was a lovely, lovely man. He had exceptional respect. He was funny. He was a wealth of knowledge.
Irreplaceable.
My last epitaph for him, I'd like to quote, I think it was Frank Warren in one of the newspapers. He said, Reg was one of life's nice guys. That's exactly what he was.
You go through life and, you know, some people like you, some people don't, but I can't think of anybody who didn't like Reggie.
He wasn't just a great commentator and a great individual. He was a great human being, and you know, he's a huge loss to the boxing community.
All over, and I have to tell you, that is the biggest upset in the fight game, bar none.
He wouldn't want us to be here looking too sad about it all, by the way.
No, he's a happy man, a fun man.
And that empathy he had with fighters was just fantastic. You couldn't buy that.
Well, I mean, I think the thing that you pick out of that was a fantastic little array of stuff for him. He was such, you could never pay tribute to him well enough, because he was such a huge loss to he is such a huge loss to the boxing community. But I think what was he is so well respected. He could talk candidly to the fighter, and the thing with Reggie was, and we talk about honesty, there was no filter with Reggie. He didn't think things and then maybe he would use euphemistic terminology or soften it. He would just say it. So he goes in with Jimmy Anderson, who was the former super featherweight champion of Britain, and he comes in and he said, do you think I'm on it, Reggie? And he went, well, you were knocked down twice, mate. He goes, do you think so? And then the cornerman had to come in and say, well, actually, he was down as well. That's the sort of guy that Reggie was. When he walked in the room and said things to you, you know, you had respect for him and you listened to him, because he was there for years. He had so much knowledge. He was just such a brilliant guy.
You know, that relationship with Ali and interviewing Muhammad Ali, and I can watch that clip time and time again. Him in the corner and Ali going, you know, I think I'm getting a bit old here. If you tell those people in London.
I could have finished that guy in one round years ago.
Gold dust.
But you know, absolute gold dust. And the great thing about it was, Ali, every time he talked to him, he had a glint in his eye, you know. And he was petrified when poor Reggie was so sick back in the end of the 80s. So, you know, he meant so much to everybody in the boxing world. In America, he was a legend as well. He was just a guy who lived the fight game, back to front, knew it inside out, and had so much respect.
And if you enjoyed that, you want to know we have a special tribute show to Reg Gutteridge right here on ITV4 next Saturday night at 7:15. It includes extended action from some of those memorable fights you've just seen and that Reggie helped bring to life. If you're a Reggie fan, don't miss it. If you're one of our younger viewers, tune in to see some of the legendary fights of the 70s, 80s and 90s and enjoy Reggie's unique style of commentary. Knowing Reggie, what he'd be saying now is, Rosie, leave it out, all that chat. Let's get on with the action.